Hello, my beautiful, awesome you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to be on this training over the billion things that you could be doing today. I, as always, want to give you a round of applause for choosing a better future for yourself, your children, your grandchildren, your neighbors, your friends, your family, and whoever it is you want to bless today by joining a business, by joining a training, and by changing so many lives that you are wanting to do. So today's training is going to be on fear. It is the most um, biggest obstacle, I believe. Negativity and fear are the two biggest things in business world that stops people from doing so many great, awesome things that they um, have dreams for, that they developed in their brain, but it never came true because of obstacles like fear and negativity. But today's focus is going to be on fear. Like I said, I'm so excited that you're here, and today's training is going to change many lives because understanding fear, looking it straight in the eye, and completely destroying it will change so many lives and will accomplish so many different things that you didn't know are possible. And of course, I will give you examples of my own life. I love to give examples of my own life because, when you hear stories of the unknown Sally and Jack and Sam, you kind of think, are they real people? I don't know them. But when you are talking on personal level, you do realize that, hey, this person went through it. This person knows what they're talking about it. Though I do believe in stories, I do believe in testimonials. I'm very big on it. And I, in fact, will have some of my own from some people that I know. So let's jump into fear. What does it take to overcome fear? Where is it coming from? And how to push forward without it overtaking you? So I just learned, and once again, I will always, always, always direct you to the sources that I get all my information from. We talked about business development. We talked about personally developing yourself. We talked about people being successful, how to be successful, and a lot of information that I'm getting from is this book. Once again, it's called Millionaire Legacy. This guy, I believe, took three millionaires, I think. See, I don't like to read forward or pre. I just jump into chapters and he talked about it and I didn't read it, so that's my fault. Anyway, so he describes fear very detailed. Talks about how to get rid of it. Talks about how to minimize it, how to look it in the eyes and devour it and say no more. So this is the book for fear, and I believe it's the second chapter in this book. Yes, it's the second chapter and it's called Overcoming Fear. So the training is going to be on this book, and I highly, 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 highly suggest for you to buy, rent, ask a friend if they have it, and read this book. But my suggestions are always buy it because you can highlight it, you can rip the pages out, you can glue them into your journal or do whatever it is it takes you to be a better person and developing your awesome, wonderful business. So, throughout the history, fear has stopped so many people. And it turns out that fear is a learned feeling or action, whatever it is you want to call. We were not born with fear. It was given to us. It was taught to us. Don't touch that fire. It's going to burn your hand. Don't go near that dog. It's going to bite your finger. Don't go into that grass. It might cut your foot or whatever. Okay. So fear was put into our hearts, into our minds, into our brains, into us. It was kind of like fed, spoon fed to us. Now that we're grown and we have developed this very big coat of fear that it's kind of like an eggshell over us, and we need to chip away on daily basis to get rid of this shell of fear. It will probably never end, but the fact that you know how to go about it and you know how to get rid of it, will make you more successful. So, um, what are um, what are the three basic sources of fear? And they are uncertainty over a brand new situation that was never experienced before. So if a child is going to kindergarten, he'd never been to school, so he's fearing, and he's crying, and mom is crying, she's fearing. So there is a lot of fear from things that we don't know what's going to happen. Okay, somebody gave us a new um, a new car, and we don't know, like, oh, we do, like, not gave, but like, let's say we bought a secondhand car, and we're driving it, and constantly we're thinking, why did they sell it? Is there something wrong with the tire? Is it going to blow up right now? It's the new things that we get in our life that causes fear. And opening a business, opening a home business, opening a new restaurant, opening a new store, opening a new cleaning business brings fear, because we don't know, are we going to be successful? And I just opened up this business. What are my friends going to think of me? What if I fail? And all these things, they're holding us back, or we go into it and they damage us. Where we could be successful by pushing it away and getting rid of it, or it will consume us and destroy us. That was number one. Number two is loss of power and belief you have no control. And that's where the friends and family come in. Loss of power. We love to be in power, in charge, and in control. Why? Because it makes us confident. It makes the whole world go around, right? Let's say the world stops right now. We will all freak out because we wouldn't know why the world stopped. What happened? What's going to happen to us? Are we going to die? Is the sun going to burn us, or whatever? Okay. So the fear of losing control is a really big one, and if you don't overcome it, it will overcome you and it will consume you. Number three, pre-programmed condition, which is buried deep within our subconscious mind, which I just talked about. It is a precondition. It is a fear everything you see, fear everything that moves, fear everyone, because they're out to get you and kill you and eat you and cut you into pieces. Okay, so we were not born. We were taught to fear. We are scared because we don't know what's going to happen, and we are scared because we have no control. So what we need to do on daily basis is you must overcome fear on daily basis. You will see fear, you will meet it, you will and there's no way, I think, to get rid of it completely, but you can get rid of it by overcoming it on daily basis. Okay, like we have no control over weather. We can't say if it's going to rain tomorrow or if it's going to snow tomorrow. It's not according to us. But there are certain things we can control, and fear is one of those that we can actually, when it comes to us, it's not that it was born with us, but because we have been exposed to it every single day, it's kind of like pre-programmed. It's like part of us now. And what we need to do is reprogram ourselves to get rid of that fear. So if we accept fear, let's say I'm a business person and I just entered a new business, and billions of fears fall on me and I'm overtaken by them. What's going to happen? It will control me and it will destroy me, and I will not accomplish what I stepped up to do. So the fear will overcome me, and it will make me reject everything that I initially thought I could do. So it will set me back, it will push my confidence back, and I will fall apart and I will not become successful. Here's the thing. A lot of things we don't hear about. A lot of new developments, a lot of new toys, a lot of new instruments, a lot of new machines, or all that stuff. We don't hear about them because people who develop brain-wise, develop them in their brain, never put them into action. Why? Because of fear. So fear stopped a lot of people. Fear stopped a lot of people from accomplishing big dreams. And I always want to give, um, honor to two very important men, I think, that have changed history on a extremely big level. Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, what if he feared, that he will be overtaken by all these men and he would be killed and destroyed or whatever by not letting the corruption of bringing people here and enslaving them and putting them into, all these things, bondages. What if he never did? Then we would still struggle today. Martin Luther King, what if he never marched and said, you know what, this is not right. What we're doing is inhumane and is not right. I know it is still around, and I know there's some sick people still out there, but it's okay. They're sick, and they will be sick till the end of the day, and we'll still have sick people out. But what matters is some people stepped up to the plate, and they said enough, or they said, this is going to do, or they said this is going to work, okay? So what if the Western woman, right? So we got people coming to the East Coast, and they're all developing the land, they're developing the schools and all that system. And then we got the people who went to Louisiana Territory, to the other side of America, Western world, and they started developing. What if the women didn't step up and said, we need to develop churches, we need to develop schools, we need to develop post offices? What if the women were chicken? What if the woman said back and said, I'm a woman, I can't do this. I wasn't born to be a man, and therefore I'm weak. What if? Okay? So there's a lot of what if. And there's a lot of, you know what? I'm done with all this. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm done with fear, because fear held me back on so many levels. And still to this day, I hear ugly things to my face. She's going to the business meeting. Business meeting. Yes, I still see that in my family. Blood. My own blood. Okay? I'm trying to take care of my parents. I'm trying to take care of my child. I'm trying to take care of everybody, okay? In my mind, I'm trying to run this business so I can make lives of those who are putting me down better in one and another way. But if I let that, and I did, I was the first person in my family to go to college and finish college. I was the first person to, step up to the plate and be like, I'm going to college. You going where? No. College is for blah, 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 blah. Okay? So I heard so much negativity. There was so much fear. There was so much that set me back. What if I cut all that out? I would be in a totally different story right now. But it's okay. Past is in the past and you can't change it. But future is in your hands. Not your mom's, not your dad's, not your cousin's, not your husband's. It's in your hands. And I always will say this, you are the only one that matters. Why? Because you have a say of how successful or unsuccessful you will be. You are the only one who can start things and finish things. You are the only one who can step up and say, fear no more. Okay? You can take the scissors out and cut that fear. But if you don't do that, if you set yourself back, if you say, this is not for me, I'm afraid, I'm this and this and that, I can't control everything, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. If you let fear overtake you, it will overtake you and it will destroy your dreams and your beliefs. But if you let yourself cut all that out and just go forward, you will be successful. The tendency of humans are to search out pleasure. We're all about pleasure. We're all about easy. We're all about me, what's in it for me, how I can benefit, how these things are going to affect me in the best way. We are all about me. We are all about pleasure and nice and sweet things. Что? Okay, сейчас я приду наверх, иди наверх, я сейчас приду. Иди. Can you please? Thank you. But But it's not true, you know. In order for us to have pleasure, in order for us to have all this awesomeness in our life, we need to struggle a little. We need to go through a lot of obstacles. We need to go through a lot of fear in order to get this pleasure. So, in our brains, we love the pleasure. We seek the pleasure. We seek the easiest, the shortcut way. But that's the broke way. And if you go the long way, the hard way, the less traveled roadway, you will find that pleasure. Okay? Nikoi, can you please stop and go upstairs? Thank you, baby. So it's up to you what you are going to do with your future. So we're everybody, okay? Everybody seeks pleasure. Everybody seeks no pain. Everybody seeks gain. But not everybody is willing to travel the painful way, the bad way to get that pleasure. And everybody gets what they want. So if you got a couch potato who doesn't want to work, he obviously gets no work, and he gets the pleasure of not working by being broke and laying on the couch and watching a video or playing video games or whatever it is they're deciding to do. So they got their pleasure. Let's say it that way. But then there are people who will go through pain and gain and everything else. They will go through all this stuff, and they will gain the... Let me call you back, okay? Bye. So if you have people who go through all these difficult things and struggles and all the badness in their life or the fears, and I mean by badness, by when you develop your business, you know, you'll have so much obstacles, so much difficult things, but there's so much pleasure in it. I cannot tell you how pleasing it is to talk to someone and change their life, or who's struggling and their blood pressure always gets high, and you have the cure of bringing their blood pressure by giving them these vitamins or the shake or whatever it is, you know. So you get pleasure out of difficult, fearful things. So the broke, homeless couch potato gets the pleasure of not working and just laying around and doing nothing. And the person who goes through a lot of fears, obstacles, and you know, developing themselves and helping others, they also get the pleasure. So it all depends on what pleasure you want and what you do with your fears. So there's a fear of not chilling, and you're getting the chilling, but you're not getting any benefits out of it. And there's the fear of, I'm going to lose everything, nothing's going to work out, but you overcome that fear and you get the pleasure of whatever it is you were planning to do. And you know, we don't want pain. We're seekers of pleasures, and we're deep seekers of pain. We don't want any pain. But I don't know who said that. If there's no pain, there's no gain. And I really, really highly believe in that, because in order for you to get a college degree, you'll have to go through a lot of pain. I can tell you right now. Sleepless nights, stressful nights, a lot of work, a lot of stay up, a lot of no food, a lot of no pleasure, a lot of watching everybody else be successful while you're in college learning. And the gain that you get from graduating, I cannot tell you how wonderful and pleasing it is. So don't let fear stop you from the things you really want to accomplish in your life. A lot of great people accomplished a lot of things in their life only because they overcame the challenges and the fears. So if you have successful business people that you look up to and you think, oh, you know, they have this empire, they, you know, they're on top of the world, they got everything going for them, but you don't know that on daily basis, you know, they're going through some type of obstacles and fears. But the reason why they're successful is because they shut it down. It's because they're like, fear, I got you, I see you, I see you're coming, I'm cutting you down. And they just get that sucker out of the way. By you not being where they are is because you are letting the fear and obstacles overtake you, overcome you, and just suck the life out of you. So don't let fear control who you are or do things do things for you. Basically, fear does things for you. If you let it, it will do things for you. But if you overcome it, you're overcoming it will also do wonderful things for you. Um, Another lie about fear that we get in our brains is fear is always blown out of proportion. Fear always lies to us. When it comes into our brain, it says, oh, I see a dog. A dog has teeth, and because he has teeth, he starts to look like crocodile. And because he looks like crocodile, he has this tail. And because he has tail, he probably has wings, and he's a monster. And because he's a monster, he is a dragon, and he's going to eat me alive and spit fire. So out of this little tiny, weeny little doggy with little teeth, you created a dragon. And that's the biggest lie in our heads. Is fear always, always, always blows things out of proportion. But if you take that fear and you cut it down and you say no, and you need to write your fears down on a paper. Okay, you need to go to your room and play then. So there is a way of taming your fear, or there's a way of blowing it out of proportion. So when fear, and it will, when fear comes to you and it damages you and it's trying to blow things out of proportion, what you're going to do is you're going to cut it down and you say no. You can actually write your fear out, and I've heard of that suggestion is when you have an obstacle of fear on your way. Let's say you're going, Nikwa, you need to stop right now. You need to stop. Don't touch it, please. Don't touch it. Go to your room right now. No. Then go upstairs. I'm sorry, I have a 4-year-old. And that's one of the things, I can use that as an excuse. And I do know some moms. I will do a video separate for single moms or any struggling person. Is, I have a child. What if people are going to look at me? He's always constantly in my camera. They're going to think bad things of me. And it's the fear that comes to me. And you know what? I can use that and say, well, my child is always interrupting my videos. People are going to think so negatively of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop my videos. I'm going to stop my business. And I'm going to end up where I started. And what do I say? I say no fear, no thank you. People can handle my son being in the background or talking to me or me addressing my child, because it's one of those things. It's life. And there are professionals out there who do have the awesome cameras, do have the awesome offices, do have all the lighting and all the microphones and all that stuff. I'm not there yet, and it's okay. For me, it's okay, and it won't stop me because I know that's where I want to be. But if I continue pulling back and let this fear of what are people going to think of me? What are people going to, be talking about behind my back? What if they stop watching my videos? What if nobody, blah, 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 more talking into your ear? Cut it all out. Plug your ears. Put little patches on your eyes and focus on where you want to be. I want to be in an office. I want to dedicate 3 to 4 hours a day for my business and rest for my family. That's what I'm working towards, and that is what I'm going to accomplish because I believe in it. I'm working very hard towards it, and I know I will achieve it. So back to fear. So fear is blown out of proportion. Don't let it be blown out of proportion because it will devastate you, it will cut you down, and it will overtake you. I want to talk about Sullivan. What's his name? Sullivan? I think his name is Sullivan. He is the pilot who landed airplane on Hudson River. I don't know if you've heard of it. If you don't, go up YouTube it. Say, I think it's Sully. Hudson River airplane, and you'll probably get a bunch of documentaries. I watched it. I didn't watch the video. I'm sorry, movie. There's a movie that came out not too long ago about this thing, and he actually talks about him in the book. What he says, I guess he did an interview, or somebody did an interview, or he read an interview, something like that. So somebody talked to Sally, and this is what he said. He said, fear overcame me. It started, like, my engines are out, we're all gonna die. And I cut it all out and I said, all these people are depending on me. All these people, all these lives are in my hands. I'm going to take control of the situation and I'm going to do the best that I can. And this is what a lot of people fail to do. They have a situation, they have a really bad situation, and what they say is, what are people going to think of me? We're all going to die. And they all die. Literally, your dreams die, your kids' dreams die, your great-grandkids' dreams die, everything dies because you let the fear overtake you and you let the fear kill everything that's inside of you, the fire inside of you, the passion, all these obstacles, fear threw your way and you got it. Once again, I will always, always, always say this. What you hear, what is said to you, will produce who you are. If you want positive things, write positive things down. If you want positive things, listen to positive things. If you want to positively develop yourself, constantly do it. Because if you let negative talk to you, if you let negative be said to your ears constantly, if you let negative consume you, it will produce negative. Okay? You are right now what you get in. So if you are on fire, you're a go-getter, you're a very successful person, even if you're making $20 a day, if you make $5 a day, if you're making $5 a day online, you already accomplished something. You are already walking towards a better thing. But if you're making these $5, well, that's not enough. I'm not successful, blah, 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 blah. Even the $5 will be taken away. Bible clearly says this. I will always refer to it, and like I always say, business, Bible go together. Because the more I hear about business people talk about business, the more I hear successful people talk about successful things, I'm telling you they took it out of Bible. Okay? Here's what Bible says. If you are ungrateful for little things, the little things will be taken away from you. Okay? So if you're making $5 a day and you're unhappy about it, trust me. In a very, very, very little time, you will be very unsuccessful because you chose the unsuccess, the negativity drive you. Okay? Whatever drives you will be your destination. But if you cut out all that negativity and you put positivity, if you cut all the fear out and you say, fear no more, I'm done with you, I'm going to cut you down on a daily basis. Fear will be there on a daily basis, and it is a monster right now. But the more you cut it down, it will get into a very little monster. And then it will be extremely small that you will start not noticing it. Why? Because you have so much positive come in. So whatever it is you put in yourself, it will end up who you are. Okay? 3 things that these millionaires that he interviewed said about overcoming fear. What were their 3 suggestions? So this little, it's not a chapter, it's like chapter inside a chapter. So inside this chapter 2, they have a millionaire system for overcoming fear. And they say it in details, but I'm just going to give you the headers. Don't focus on fear, minimize it. So when the fear comes over, you don't focus on it. When Sally met the fear of we're all going to die, he didn't focus on how they're going to crash, how everybody's going to burn, how everybody's going to drown. He didn't focus. He got the fear, so don't focus on the fear, minimize it. He minimized it and he said, I need to be focusing and I need to be in control, because if I'm not going to focus, if I'm not going to be in control, the world will fall apart and we're all going to die. So he put the fear outside and he said, don't focus on fear, minimize it. He minimized it and he landed on the Hudson River and not one person died. Okay. Number 2, visualize the biggest picture and goal. And this is the successful people. They say, here's the fear, here's me, I have to go through it, but I'm not looking at the fear, I'm looking at the end. I'm looking at my goal. I want to have a very successful business. Therefore, this fear needs to be dealt with. They deal with the fear and they go on. They get another fear. what do? They get the filter out of the way and they keep on going forward. So visualize the bigger picture. Um, your goal. What is your goal? Your goal is to have a business that is successful, that is going to change your life, going to change life of so many people, and you're going to affect so many lives. That is my goal. My goal is that I'm going to be changing my son's life, who is going to change somebody else's life, who is going to change somebody else's life. I want a domino effect of the goodness. So I have first domino that I need to set into action. And when I set it into action, it will go down in a spiral or whichever way it's going, and it will end up being the success in the end. Okay? Visualize the bigger picture, your goal. And number 3, decide on a plan and take action. So that was number 1. Remember our business plan. You develop a business plan and you stick to it on a daily basis. When you have fear come in, you open your agenda, you open your planner book, and you say, I have to talk to one person today. And if the fear comes over you, you say, you know what? If I let the fear take over me, it will end up where I want to not be. Okay? So if I let fear take over me, I will be unsuccessful. If I overtake the fear, I will be successful. And that is the 3 key points. And in the book, he goes into talking about each point specifically. So if you want specifics on it, like I said, I don't have a lot of time. I can't do everything in detail because I have a life too. I'm just giving you the keys where I'm telling you where the keys are. You can go get them, or you can sit on your bottom and do nothing and continue being yourself, unsuccessful self that you are before somebody met you and gave you a business opportunity. So feelings, and this is another thing that I want you to embed in your brain. Feelings are not facts. Oh, well, I feel my husband doesn't love me. Is that a fact? Well, I have a feeling my child is not successful because he's just not a bright child. Is that a fact? No. So it is not a fact. Okay? It is not a fact that that feelings are fact. Okay? Feelings are not facts. Whatever it is you're feeling is not necessarily a fact. It might be a fact, but it doesn't mean it's a fact. Okay? So if you have a feeling of fear, you're fearing something, you don't think you can accomplish it, you don't think you're going to be successful, is that a fact? No. It is going to be what you, my beautiful, awesome, wonderful person that you are, whatever it is you decide in your life is going to be a fact. Okay? Your fear is not a fact. Your feeling is not a fact. It's what you do about it will be a fact. Okay? So if you decide fear to overtake you, damage you, you will be damaged and it's going to be a fact. But if you take that fear, you tear it apart, you go through it, you destroy it, you accomplish it on a successful level, a fact will be that you just succeeded. So it's in your hands. It's up to you how you're going to do these things. And I'm going to leave you with this quote from the book. When you become totally dedicated to reaching your final objective, there is no room for negative state of mind to hold you back or to stop you. Keep centered on your eventual goal or dream. With this firm attitude, even though there might be minor setbacks, nothing will prevent you from reaching the life that you want. Okay? So when you want something, you are going to accomplish it by attending classes, by understanding how to accomplish it, by being stalkers on Facebook, on Google, on YouTube of successful people and saying, I got this. I'm going to go forward and I'm going to be successful because I'm choosing to be successful. Or you can say, I'll let the fear take over me. And this is exactly what you're going to accomplish, is you're going to accomplish this fear, this unsuccess, and it will end up being in your life. I, like always, appreciate you for being here, for choosing your very, very valuable time out of your day to listen to my trainings, to attend other trainings, to read other books, to personally develop yourself. I always give you a round of applause. Thank you very much. You are in good hands by going out of your way and stalking people and and following them and looking at them, listening to them, and letting all this training to you're like a little sponge. You're sucking it in, and whatever you suck in is going to produce either negativity or positivity. It is up to you. It's in your hands. So thank you very much for being here and giving me your full attention. I love you for being who you are because obviously you chose the right path. And thank you again, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.